everyone's got parkas on, and it's like, oh, it's freezing. Oh, it's brutal.
But that's where like the big change happened, where it would be like 42 degrees and sunny. I'm like, oh, this is tanning weather. I would never say that here. If it's like 65 here, I'm like, I need a hoodie.
My name is Austen Tucker, and I'm on a mission to find the best come-up stories in the world. Everyone talks about success, but no one talks about the in-between. The mess, the risk, the doubt. I'm here for the people who made it anyway and are willing to tell their stories honest, unpolished, and real. These are the Breakout Bunch.
All right, we are here with Setema Gali, ex-Super Bowl winning Patriots player. Funny enough, we both were in Boston at one point.
Yes, sir.
And you
Austen
grew up
from Boston, baby.
Austen from Boston. And you grew up in California too, right?
I grew up in Utah, and then California for 6 years, Florida for almost 3, and now I'm in Vegas.
Yeah, you spent 2 years in Boston. You're like, no, the winter's not for me.
Foxborough was amazing, but when football was done, everyone goes back home. So back to Utah, back to California.
That's awesome. So what was like your start? Like what was life like growing up? What was your first job? Like kind of where'd you come from?
Man, Polynesian family, lots of kids, and my first job was a paper route. I was in 4th grade. I was living in a little city called Pleasant Grove, Utah, and my buddy sold me his paper route. So I think I was making maybe $90 a month delivering papers.
In 4th grade, that's a lot of money.
Oh, it was great. Get the papers, fold it up, your hands get black in the ink, rubber band, put the bag on your bike, and just delivering papers. That was the first job ever. I loved it for about a year and a half. Then after that, I'm like, I'm done. Like, I hate this job because I'm like, I'm worth more. I need more money. But
yeah, you're like 7 years old, or no, like 10 years old at the time.
10 years old, and it was a great job. But
yeah,
put money in my pocket, taught me how to work hard. I had to go collect. It's not like today where you pay digitally. I would knock on every door and collect money. That was the first job I ever had.
That's crazy. It kind of sucks that job's not around anymore because there's so much work experience and like grit that kids these days can't get. That is a
great job delivering papers. You're responsible for someone's like they're looking forward to the newspaper.
Yeah.
And then we had to actually go collect money, the check or the cash from them.
Yeah. Was there ever times where people were just like, I'm not paying you like you're a kid?
No, they were great. They were great people, man. They're older folks, and it was mostly older folks.
Yeah.
Read the paper, and they'd always give me milk and cookies or ice water. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, loved it.
So you went from paper route. What was next?
Next job for me was I was a senior in college, and I'm getting ready to go into my senior year of football at BYU, and my brother's working for a guy by the name of Todd Peterson.
Okay.
Todd Peterson, Vivint. Todd Peterson had this thing called...
Oh, from Vivint.
So it wasn't even Vivint. This was 2000.
Yeah, this is way before Vivint.
This is like Apex Marketing. So I'm doing phone sales for like 3 hours a day. It's 100% commission.
Yeah.
And I was pretty good at sales. I could get someone to go get their credit card and pay for I could sell this Nightingale Conant personal development stuff. So that was the second job. And then the third job was right before the NFL. I was doing sales again. So there's this gift of sales.
Yeah.
Phone sales, dialing, overcoming objections, getting people to setting people up. And then next big job was the NFL.
So like what were like your sales jobs paying at the time?
All commission.
But like making like 6 figures? Is it like paying well?
It was well, I wasn't there long enough to make 6 figures.
Gotcha.
But when in a month when you can do like 10 grand or 15 grand in a month as just out of college, that's a big deal. And you learn how to hustle and grind. So I tell everyone, like especially youth, I'm like, whatever job you have, treat it like a video game. Level up, gather all the power packs and everything you're supposed to do, and then go to the next level.
Yeah.
Defeat the boss, then go to the next level. That's the job. You go to a job not so much for the money, but for the experience, the training, right? The repetition. So that's what I'll tell everyone. They're, I want to live my purpose. Dude, you're 19 years old. Okay? Like, go get a job. Go learn how to work. Go learn how to earn. Go learn how to be responsible and dependable and accountable. You'll get to the purpose soon enough.
Well, there's a time in a lot of people's lives where like they hate their job or whatever, but they're not looking at it the right way because the learning experience during that job
100%
will get you to where you need to be. Like I had a job that was my first job in mortgage, wasn't exactly the best place to be, but I learned so much from the people I was with that it got me where I am today.
Yes.
And like you need to have that mindset.
And if they can get that much, and I get it's tough because everyone's like, they get on Instagram or social media, TikTok, and they see these influencers that, drive these fancy cars and have this thing. I'm like, and they take pictures, or these gamers. All you're seeing is like when you see an NFL guy on Sunday. You're just seeing the game. You're not seeing all the hard work that goes into that. But it's so alluring and it's so attractive. So I echo the same words. Tell guys, get a job, dominate the job, suck and extract everything you can, because they're gonna suck and extract from you. They're gonna take your time, your energy, your resource, and then when you're done, they'll kick you out. So your job is to morally and ethically leverage the job, gather skills and experience, and move on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got to take it for what it is.
Yes, sir.
So then you went into the NFL. Yep. You're playing college ball, though, right?
Played college ball at BYU, Brigham Young University. I was a captain, defensive captain, all-conference, sack leader. Great time. I went to the NFL, had a really super short career, won a Super Bowl with the Patriots in 2001, 2002. Came home in 2002, and then in 2003, hung it up. Was done. Spring of 2003 I'm done. Time for real life, because football is not real life.
No, and it's taxing on your body. You're basically just waiting for the day you get hurt, right?
It is a cutthroat. NFL stands for not for long. That is literally so. Again, the average career for an NFL guy is less than 3 years. Now, obviously,
really?
It's short. It's 2 years, if that. It's short.
So how do these quarterbacks and running backs stay in the league for so long?
If you are a Tom Brady, obviously quarterbacks, we see Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, but there's a lot of quarterbacks that just don't make it. There's a lot of guys that don't make it, right? So again, younger guy, next man up.
Yeah, it seems to be really not much in between, because you have Rivers and Brett Favre and Brady in them, and they're in the league for what seems like when is the day they're going to retire. Yeah. But then you also see people basically all the last quarterbacks of the 49ers. That's just year after year after year after year.
You had Kaepernick, Garoppolo, Alex Smith before that. Not Alex Smith. Who was before?
It was Alex.
He was at the
Kaepernick.
That was Kaepernick. Yeah, Kaepernick.
Yeah.
So again, NFL is a short term, and it's a short term thing. Even a 10-year career in the NFL, when the NFL is done, you're done. So you have to prepare yourself to transition to the next thing.
So how did you prepare yourself? Were you thinking about this while you were playing?
Well, I did. When I finished the NFL and I was done, I ate ice cream and I was depressed. I was like, what do I do with my life? There's no college. I got a college degree, graduated.
Yeah.
Football's done. I got a Super Bowl ring. And I learned really quickly that I didn't have a lot of skills. I didn't. You got to start at the bottom now.
Well, and that's one thing. My outlook on college is, if you're going for a profession, you need the degree. It's a must.
Yeah.
But if you spent the 4 years and didn't get into $300,000 in debt and just grinded as an intern or something, you would be further in 4 years and making more money and not have that debt, depending on the industry you're going to get into,
100%.
than you would be if you went to school just to go start an internship after 4 years. Yeah. You're so far behind.
I'm
especially
grateful.
to get into sales.
Oh,
you can make $100,000.
Sales was amazing for me. So I had the sales skill. I came home in 2003. My buddy's doing mortgages.
Yeah.
And I got into mortgages because I was like, back then it was easy.
It was so easy.
You did not have to be good. You just had to hustle.
Yeah.
So I started making six figures, and then mortgages lead me to real estate. And if your brain is on and your eyes are open, you should be looking for opportunities. So mortgages leads to real estate. Real estate leads to development, hard money investments. And I got all these different things cooking, and it's six figures, multiple six figures, seven figures. Then 2008 happens.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Obviously, NFL players make decent money.
Yeah.
What did you do with that money? It sounds like
nothing.
Nothing.
Let's be real.
You just spend.
If you don't have financial literacy and financial intelligence, I grew up. I didn't save. I didn't have this financial capacity or intelligence.
Right.
So it's not like I made a ton of money. Like a couple $100,000 it doesn't go a long ways. After taxes, you're cut that in half. Then flights and a $4,000, $5,000 a month place to live in. It's because it just needed. It goes.
Yeah, the
fast.
Nice car and stuff. Everything happens quick.
People think these guys are super wealthy. They've got money. It doesn't mean they're wealthy.
Now, do you think that's the biggest problem is they don't have the financial literacy where, like, if they did, it could set them up for life?
If they had it's like what your parents always say, right? If you knew what I knew.
Yeah.
And it's true. And again, if you grow up in a home where saving is like, I grew up in a home where my parents were paycheck to paycheck. They're amazing. But they came from the island. So by their standards, they were living the life.
Right.
Making good money. They got a house. They got a roof. They got a car. And that doesn't work today.
No.
Like you need to learn how to make this, live on this, save this, invest that.
Right.
And most people don't. Like it's tough because inflation, taxation, planned obsolescence, and
just the cost of living these days in general. Like
it's crazy.
Like we were saying before the show, $100,000 is
nothing.
It's almost poverty at this time.
It's poverty.
It depends where you live, obviously, but like $100,000 in California, like you're in an apartment and you're probably not making it to save any money.
But even $100,000 go to like Vegas, it doesn't go very far.
No, I don't think
and you'd have to move to like, North Dakota or Missouri. But even then, like, I just tell people, I don't care where you live, and I tell my boys, 6 figure is the basement. That is the bottom. Anything not 6 figures, you're broke. You can't even take care of your family.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people don't know that there's a lot of jobs where 6 figures is like, you shouldn't do this job for only 6 figures. Like mortgage, only 6 figures. Like the job's not worth it. It's too hard. It's too much stress. So, but all these sales jobs, like people don't understand. Like we both knock doors. How many times did you hear go get a real job?
Yeah, and I would just smile. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and you're like, I make 3 times your salary, man. But I'm having fun doing it.
I would just smile. I'm like, I will.
Yeah.
And you just keep it to yourself, and you just go do your thing. And again, sales is a special job because it's like the highest paid profession on the planet.
It is. Yeah. Most salespeople make more than the CEOs of the company. That's crazy. Absolutely, man. And it's a vehicle to get you so far.
Sales is one of the greatest skills, like marketing and sales. Master that, you can do anything.
Absolutely. Yeah. The hardest part is saving your money, like we were just talking about.
Yes.
Because everyone I know in sales, and I've made my own mistakes too, like, you think it's never going to end. And let me tell you, it ends.
It always ends. There's always a finish line and an abrupt ending to like, oh my gosh, the economy, marketplaces, interest rates, everything changes.
Yeah. Product goes away. Your industry is now obsolete. There's so many different things that can happen. But I feel like if I didn't go through that first time, I would have never have learned. Like I don't look back on it with regret.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, now I know I have to start saving or else when I'm 60, I'm going to be living on Social Security, which by then is going to be worth nothing.
Social Security. It doesn't exist
that's assuming it's even there. But even if it was, it's not going to take me anywhere.
Our parents' generation, that was it. I mean, like, I'm older than you. I'm almost 50. I'm like, Social Security, that's a joke. Like, I'm not doing that. That's not going to be around here in 15, 20 years. I don't believe that. So, got to go make it.
If it was $2,000 a month is nothing now, let alone
nothing
in 40 years when I can start getting it. Yeah. All right, so you're doing mortgage, you're doing well, and then 2008 happened. Yeah. I'm assuming that was kind of the...
Yeah, 2008, like we everyone that was in our industry got torched.
Yeah.
Got crucified, right? Decimated, annihilated. But it was a beautiful thing for me because while we lost everything, well, the cars got repossessed, the homes were short sold, foreclosed on, and we downsized and ended up in a 12 or 900 square foot townhome.
Wow.
Tiny. We went from 6,000 and 8,000 square foot homes to 900 square feet. It was so humbling. It brought me to the bottom, the basement, underneath the basement, and it actually prepared me to do the job of the doors, which is door-to-door sales. That then propelled and prepared me to do what I do now, which is coach, mentor, speak. I shape men and women to become the best version of who they are.
That's incredible.
I love it.
And like, what kind of coaching do you do? Is it like just all fitness stuff, or is you talking about like mental coaching, like
mindset, business, relationships, money, marketing, sales, spirituality?
It's like a life coach, basically. Like you do everything
like an
about
architect, man. I'm an architect and an engineer. I help people to solve the most expensive problems that are getting in the way so they can go build the life that they want to build. And I mean, really build a life that they love, that they're proud of, that they're fulfilled, they're living their purpose.
Wow. And so But how did you go from door-to-door sales to that? I feel like that's
Yeah.
like kind of a big jump
Well,
there, and it's not really correlated.
I always wanted to do this, to be a speaker on a stage, to be a mentor. I always wanted to do it. I was in my heart since the mid-'90s. Like, this is what I wanted to do. But back then, there was no courses, right? It's not like today. There's a course for everything.
Yeah, everyone's selling something.
But back then, it wasn't. But in my heart, I knew that's what I was supposed to do. So I'm knocking doors. I got a 5-year plan. 2011, I knocked South Carolina, Georgia. 2012, I knocked Austen, Texas. 2013, knocked Des Moines,
What are you selling?
Iowa. Security.
Oh, you're selling security.
Yeah.
For Vivint?
Smart homes for Vivint. Yeah.
It's funny because that's like I ended up working for Sunrun, which
Okay,
is
yeah.
a Vivint
Of course, Vivint, yeah.
Merger.
But I had a 5-year plan. So I was like, if I'm going to go do this for 5 years, and at 5 years, I will reassess, recalibrate, and pivot from there. After the third summer, I'm in Bakersfield, California, and we're knocking doors. I'm doing a preseason trip, October, and God whispers to me, "You're done. It's done. Time to go. You're done." And I sat in my car like, and I've learned that when the voice speaks to you, you listen. So I called up a coach who was a friend of mine. I'm like, I went into your program. I called my regional manager at Vivint and said, hey, I'm done. And it took me about 3 months before I finally was like, I'm done.
That's a hard job too. Like it's mentally taxing.
The door-to-door?
Door-to-door is one of the hard.
Oh.
It was the most humbling job. I mean, I was down in the dumps, had zero money, like literally borrowing money from my friend, and that was the hardest thing to get out of the car every day and go knock on a door just to go get yelled at from a Boston person too. Like they're not nice. I like that they didn't waste my time, but like, man, they were straightforward and did not care.
You know this, right? You never sit in your car. Now, my first year,
No.
I just got dropped off. Second, third year, I'm a car driver, so I dropped my guys, and I never sat in the car.
You can't. You need to park
If you
your car
don't
and
get
get out.
if you don't get out, you'll sit there for like everyone's like, dude, I burned. You burn an hour or two.
You burn a whole day.
That's $1,000, $2,000 because then the momentum of the next day. So this is how I knew I was done. I never sat in my car.
Yeah.
I'm in Bakersfield, drop my guys off. I stop and I'm getting ready to go knock. I cannot physically get out of the car. My soul, my spirit is like, you're done.
Wow.
I'm like, hold up. Like, I got money coming in. I got it's like when you say, God, here's my plan. And he's like, oh no, son.
No, I got something different
Good
for
try.
you.
Good try, buddy. So that's what happened, yeah.
Wow. So, I mean, it sounds like you kind of pulled yourself out of that 900 square foot apartment
Yeah,
with the door-to-door
man,
sales.
it was great, man. Door to door. Like once we came back from the doors, we got a little place. It's like a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, brand new spot, and it was amazing. And then when I started the coaching business, I was doing the coaching from October of 2013, and by April of 2015, we were doing great. And I made a move to Orange County from Utah
Best
County.
place in the world.
Ladera Ranch, great. I mean, some of the best years of my life. Those people were the best people. They were so amazing. And we were there for 6 years. And in that spot, that's where I grew my coaching business, mentoring, speaking. It was an awesome journey, man.
So how long did it take you to get your coaching business like profitable, like making money? I'm assuming that's not an industry where you just jump in. It's not like sales where like I can make a sale in 2 hours.
So it took me a minute. So between October, November, December, January, I shelled out a large chunk of cash to 3 different coaches. And large, I mean like almost 6 figures worth. So I'm sitting here, I'm like,
You're doing that to learn from like what
yeah,
they
of
do?
course, yeah.
Okay.
Like that to me, that's the fastest way. I'm like, go hire a mentor.
Right.
Now in the doors, my mentor was my regional manager and my team manager, and then I became a manager. So you're learning from someone. It's crazy because by May of 2014, I hadn't made any money.
So you're 6-8 months in at this time?
Yeah, no money. We're living on savings, and we had a lot of savings from the doors, but boy, it started to disappear. And I'll never forget when my wife's like, looks like we're going to have to go knock doors again. And I'm like, oh, hell no. Now, again, I've been doing the work. So I get this client. who pays me, and then I go do this other thing, and they pay me, and then a month later I make more money, and then it never stopped. Once I got momentum, the tipping point. I mean, I'll be real. One-on-one client pays me $15,000. I was like, oh my gosh. Then I get 12 people who pay me $500, so that's like $6,000. In the month of July of that year, I go speak, and this is a funny story. They're like, hey, we want to hire you to speak. I'm like, it's $7,500. They're like, we don't have that. And my coach is like, you're a dummy. Go speak for free. Go make an offer. So I go back to them. Hey, can I come speak? They're like, sure. I was supposed to speak for 3 hours on a Saturday morning in July. I'm at 5 hours in, and they're like, more. So I make an offer. And there was like 75 people in the room. 45 people stood up for the offer, and 38 people paid me.
Wow.
38 people paid me $1,000.
So you turned what would have been 7,500 into 30 grand. 38 grand.
Now, of that, one of the couples, they wrote me a big check, almost that same amount to train their team. From that, another one of the couples came to my other program, and it just never stopped. By the time I moved to California, business is taking off, and I'm learning how to be a coach. I'm learning how to lead a movement,
right?
And how to capture minds and hearts and convert and compel people to change. And I've been so blessed, and I love it. I love what I do.
I feel like that's not like a super easy thing. Like, what was like the hardest part?
Door to door is easier because you just
really
you're knocking a door, right? But you're knocking a door, and you said, and like Vivint, it's a 8,000 employees and thousands of door-to-door, like it's got infrastructure.
Yeah, they have a brand to trust.
And there's a thing, right? There's a thing that you sell. Like shoes, people wear shoes.
Right.
And people have security systems. I'm selling what I call a white unicorn. White unicorn is like, what do you do? I help people get better. What? I help people get what they want. It was crazy. So the skill set was way more difficult than the doors. But I learned, and I hired coaches and mentors, and it got me through the beginning phases, and today I've got amazing clients all over the world.
Did doing everything you did before that, did that set you up for what you're doing, or was it almost like
100%?
Okay,
the doors.
So it wasn't completely different.
No, a sale is a sale is a sale.
Yes,
it's a conversation of a conversion with some conviction, and you compel people to look deep within. A sale is a sale. Whether you're selling cars, selling watches, selling a podcast, selling mortgages.
Honestly, I have a weird outlook on sales because I almost feel like you sell everyone something every day.
Every day.
I had to sell you why to come on the show. Like you got to sell someone to be your friend, a girl to like you. Everything is a sale, and a lot of people don't like that mindset.
Of course,
because they think like, oh, now I'm just gonna look at everything you do as selling
manipulation. It's transactional. No, it's just. There is a sale that takes place in every conversation.
Yeah.
You're selling your kids, or your kids are selling you. You're selling the person who's buying a car, or they're selling you that they're not going to do it.
Exactly.
So sales is one of the greatest skills, whether you call it sales or influence or persuasion, one of the greatest skills ever.
That's the only way to get what you want. And it doesn't need to be in a negative connotation.
Correct.
But like, you need to get what you want. And that's how you level up and, dominate in your life every day.
Yeah.
So from the coaching, I mean, that's still your same business, right? You've been doing this 12 years.
Coaching, speaking, keynote speaking, lead masterminds. I love what I do. I solve expensive problems for people who want them solved, and I help them get results.
So with that money, what have you done? Are you like a real estate guy, stocks? Like how do you set yourself up for the future based off of everything that you've done?
So I have an education company called Elite Performance Prep Academy.
Okay.
My business owner, she was a client, and she's the CEO and founder. So I invested in that. I've invested in real estate. I got some crypto. I reinvest in my business and my systems. Like I'm all in on what I do.
Yeah.
Like I'm all in. I'm almost 50 years old. I got a decade in front of me to go do some damage, to like really go vertical. So I'm excited.
And like, what is your main why in this business?
Changing.
Because obviously it's not just making money. You don't seem like a chasing the dollar kind of guy.
I'm what I call a purpose-driven entrepreneur. It's about other people. Purpose is about other people. You know, there's guys who do businesses and they're about the bottom line and the top line and you know, right, the valuation of their company and the $1 billion valuation. That's great. I'm about whose life did I impact? Whose heart did I touch? Whose soul did I lift? Whose spirit did I inspire? Purpose-driven means I'm here to help someone truly get what they want. I mean, it's like sales, right? Help other people get what they want. You get what you want.
Right.
That's what I do in my business is I change and transform someone's world.
Yeah, and I feel like the best salespeople are the ones that actually want to help versus just make a dollar.
Just a transaction, correct.
And I've talked to a lot of business owners, and I had a few people ask me, like, what is your why? And, like, you know, I was younger at this time. I was like, money. I want to be rich. And they're like, you're going to fail because, like, money gets boring. You can't just look at it from a money perspective or else you're not going to go anywhere because it gets old.
Yeah.
And it took me a couple of years to be like, okay, there's more to this than money. The money follows with it, right? But you need something that's going to make you feel fulfilled in your life. And every day you wake up and you're like, I'm going to go, you know, touch this person or help this person and get them to a level where they couldn't have gone without me. Or, you know, maybe I was like the extra push, whatever that might be. And that's what I want to do with this podcast is get people out of the I'm just going to make six figures mindset and realize that you can do so many things, you know, coaching, hairstylist, solar, mortgage. Like there's so many businesses where you can make like life-changing money and they're not always that hard. It's not super hard to learn sales. You just need to do it and like get over your ego and be prepared to get told no a lot.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, you said it best. We have a phrase that says dollars follow value. Mm-hmm. So you create value. Value is something that people value more than their money. Value is something that solves a problem. Value is something that gives people an experience. Value is something that either increases or decreases status, and it gives people what they want. So if you can create that, again, a mortgage solves a problem for people.
Right.
They get the mortgage, they get the house, you get their money, their business. A cell phone, again, this solves a problem. They can communicate. You give Apple or iPhone or Verizon or AT&T the money, they gave you the phone and the service. And if you walk around with your eyes open and your brain turned on, looking for ways to solve problems, you can make great money, and you can also find fulfillment and purpose because you decide to make the job meaningful. It's not just about selling systems. It was about protecting families. Right. If I sell shoes, I'm fitting people with the right shoes that make them feel good, walk good, perform good. And we're on our feet a lot, so I can find purpose even in selling shoes.
Speaking of like performance and stuff, do you coach anyone that you met through the NFL? Like, do you still have a big connection through
I don't coach a lot of guys who are in sports. I coach business owners, entrepreneurs. I mean, could I coach some of them? Sure. But there's a very specific person. I coach people who feel called to do something big. They have a calling, not just a job. If you're a job 401k guy, take your 2 weeks paid time off. That's not. I help people who are like, I'm supposed to do this mission, this calling, this thing. I help those people.
That's incredible.
Yeah, love it.
So I know you said you got 10 years. What does the future look like for you as far as either growing the business or investments or whatever your goal is until you retire?
I see millions upon millions of people who hear the message of Game Changer, who get the book, who buy the courses, who come to our events, and they go and do whatever is required to build and produce and create the life they want. I see, obviously, like investing in other businesses, invest in real estate again, and helping other people. Again, I love investing in people's businesses. Yeah. If I believe it, I'm like, let's go do it. Because I can not only make the investment, I can coach them. I can help and mentor them. I can help them cut the learning curve and accelerate them towards results. So, and of course, still being a husband, father, and coaching football for my kids or grandkids. Yeah.
So, I don't know if you've ever heard this question. I'm sure you have. But what makes your coaching style different from like a Tony Robbins?
Well, his name is Tony Robbins, and my name is Setema Gali. And I tell people all the time, they're like, should I go to Tony Robbins? If you resonate with Tony, go. I've been to Tony's events before. I've been to a lot of his events. He's amazing. I've been to so many seminars. I've been to more seminars than most people combined because that's what I do. So I tell people, like, truth is truth, principles are principles. Again, why should I buy a pair of Nikes over Crocs over this? It just depends on what you're looking for.
Okay.
That's it. And if you hear me speak and you're like, oh, there's something about this guy, come follow me, buy my stuff, come to my programs, and then you still might go to Tony, you still might go to that guy, and you still might go to that lady. There's no like end to it. Personal development and growth is a mountain that has no top. So we just climb, enjoy it, climb, take a break, and we keep going.
So it's almost like therapy where it's like they all have the same goal and they can all get you where you are, but you need to find the one that actually works best for you or the one that you can make that connection with.
Yeah, just again, it's like whether it's therapy, shoes, your sports team, your movie, your choice of popcorn, like find again, your spirit's got to resonate. You got to be like, ooh, I like this guy. The people that I work with, like I'm the guy for them, and
Right.
I'll point blank. It don't matter if they're making 6, 7, 8, 9 figures. When I'm called to work with someone, they know it. I know it. They write me a check, plain and simple. And I'm not everyone's cup of tea. I'm not everyone's rodeo. They're like, but Tony might be. And that's why I tell up-and-coming coaches, if you feel called to coach, you need to follow the calling because there's people that you will impact that I couldn't reach, but you will.
Right. Yeah, it's the same as all sales. You know, like you did a door-to-door job. There's probably 9 people that came before, and you made the sale. It's just who you like at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So if someone wanted to follow in your footsteps or get to where you are, like what's like this is how you get there.
Yeah. I'll tell people, go find the person who you want to be like. Go find the coach because every coach patterns after another coach. I patterned after a lot of coaches. Mm-hmm. Go pay the coach and go pay the coach a lot of money. Go buy their courses, go attend their masterminds, go attend their courses, watch and learn as a student, but watch and learn as someone who's going to mimic and copy and pattern yours after. That's what I did. People are like, where did you get this? I'm like, from every other coach that I hired. And the reason I tell people go hire the coach, because if you think you're going to go have someone pay you to be their coach, but you're not paying a coach, it's like you're trying to rob the law of the harvest.
Right.
You can't do that. You want other people to pay you, but you don't pay a coach. So I always pay my coaches. I always have a coach, whether it's a nutritional coach, a posing for bodybuilding coach, my bodybuilding coach, my marketing coach, my spiritual coach. Like, I'm going to stroke a check every year. I'm going to make the investment because that's like I want to stay in alignment with this karmic universal principle. I want to do for others. I want you to go do for your coach what you want people to do for you. Mm-hmm. And you know, one of my mentors, I'll never forget, he's like, at the time I was charging 15 grand, 25 grand, 50 grand. You know, 15 for 3 months, 25 for 6 months, 50 for a year. And now it's a lot different. But he goes, if you want to charge people 150 grand, I'm like, yeah. He's like, go pay a coach 150 grand. I'm like, what? It was I was like, is that just a sales pitch? And there was so much truth there. He's like, if you want to have someone pay you 150 grand, go see what it's like to pay another coach 150 grand. And I've paid 6 figures to coaches. So I charge a lot to work with me.
And when you're like doing these, when you're getting coached, were you in it to see like what the experience was like, or just
I was
like
in it to
a little
change
bit of
my
everything?
life. I was in it to change my life.
So you took it as like really being coached, not just learning how he does a $100,000
Of course,
course.
like you feel, again, for me, I tell people, every person I've ever hired, I felt like I was supposed to hire them. I felt like it. I felt like God was like, you need to hire this person. I'm like, okay. And I just listen. I go find the money and hire them. Send the money. Send the wire. Swipe the credit card. And now, naturally, you're going to see how they do it. But it's more so I'm there for me to learn, to grow, to become.
So that's I mean, I guess that sounds like that's like the best advice right there. Just learn,
Best thing you can
grow,
do.
become.
Go hire a coach. Go have them coach you up to go build what you got to build. And you're going to see like, oh, wow, like this is what I get for $100,000, $100,000. I got 2 calls a month and 1 live day in person a quarter. So 24 hours of calls and 4 days in person for $100,000. $50,000 was 10 hours with a coach, which is about $5,000 an hour. Right? $25,000. Show up to 3 live events a year, 1 call a month. Like there's so many different ways to do it. So let's tell people, go do the thing, right? This is go do the thing that you want clients to do for you. You want them to pay you, you go pay someone. Go show up as a student at masterminds. Go do the thing and trust that it'll give you the power to charge people.
Right. Yeah. What about people who don't necessarily want to do coaching, but they want to get out of the rat race?
Go hire
and
a coach.
What if they don't have money for a coach? Like, how would you say, like, this is the mindset you need, or
so that's a great thing, right? It just depends. That when someone says, "Oh, I just don't have the money," I was like, "Cool, then go get a job and keep working your job and see how good your life is going to be." I'm like, "No, but I really want to hire a coach." I'm like, "Let me put it this way." I'm like, "Is it a competency problem or is it a commitment problem?" And they're like, "What do you mean?" So if I said, I mean, do you have kids?
No.
Do you have brothers and sisters or parents?
Got a little brother. Parents.
Do you love your little brother?
Of course.
You love your parents?
Of course.
Okay, let me ask you this question. So someone put it, again, you got to stay with me. I'm not a bad guy here, but if someone put a gun to your little brother's head and said, "Austen, I need $150,000 in 5 days or your brother's going to," could you find the $150,000?
I'm going to do anything I can.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to ask you this question. Could you find the $150,000?
Yes.
Okay. Your first answer is, "I'll do everything I can." Well, then your brother's going to die. Now, you're a sales guy, yes?
Yes.
You know people with money, yes?
Yes.
Could you go make some requests of them?
Of course.
Of course. And real talk. Let's be real here. Like, I want you to be like dead honest with me. Could you go get $150,000 in 5 days if you had to?
Absolutely.
Okay, look at the difference here. Because there's something that, like, you would do anything and everything. Now, if I went to my 13-year-old and said, "You need to go come up with $150,000," he doesn't have the capacity or the competency. With you, you have capacity and competency. I know you do because you work in this office. You've done sales. Mm-hmm. So for you, it's not capacity or competency. It's actually just commitment. You're just not committed to do it. Because on one instance, you could actually go get $150,000. Right? You could.
Yes.
No question. How old's your little brother?
26.
26. Again, I'll go to my 13-year-old. Can my 13-year-old go figure out how to get $150,000? No. What? He wouldn't. So that's competency. Now, whenever someone says to me, "I just don't have the money," I was like, "Okay, then die." And they're like, and again, I'm like, "Don't hire me. I'm trying to teach you a lesson here." Mm-hmm. Most people are stuck because of this. Another example is if I said, "Hey, I've got like this, I have a Sprinter, a 15-passenger Mercedes Sprinter, like just decked." We just took it on a road trip, to Arizona, but I have a Sprinter, so it's like a $100,000 car, right? $110,000. If I said, "Hey, do you got $20,000 right now?" And someone's like, "No," I was like, "Well, if you can come up with $20,000, I'll give you the keys to my Sprinter right now, and it's yours free and clear." How many people do you think would go find $20,000?
Every single person. It's the deal of a lifetime at that point.
If someone had a Rolls Royce Wraith or a Rolls Royce Phantom, $400,000 car, and they say, "Hey, could you find $50,000 if I gave you the keys and you own the car?" They'd go find the money. Why? Because the reason to find it is so big.
Right.
That's what coaching is. I tell people all the time, when you really want something and this coach can help you get it. I mean, dude, I paid so much money to coaches, and all the investments I've ever made have come back 10, 15, 20, 100 times over. So that's the mentality. When someone says, I just don't have the money, I was like, cool. Well, if you're open to it, I can teach you how to go get it. And they're like, but they could actually go get the money if someone's life was on the line.
Right.
Total shift in paradigm.
Yeah, or for that Rolls Royce, whatever. They'll
the
do
Rolls
it
Royce
for
or the Hummer
something
or the
material.
Sprinter. Like literally, I'm like, could you get 20 grand? I don't have the money. Hey, you can have my Sprinter and my truck and my Denali and my Ford Bronco. 4 cars.
They're finding that money.
Go like, can you come up with 50 grand for all 4 cars, free and clear? They'd get it like that.
Mm-hmm.
They would go be whoever they need to be
because they want it.
There it is. That's it. So whenever someone says, I don't have the money, it's like, no, you just don't have the commitment.
Right.
It's either competency or commitment, but adults, it's commitment. And then sometimes people are like, well, I do the best I could. So you're telling me you couldn't come up with 50 grand and your son dies. Well, I was like, okay, cool. We just know that you're not committed to having your son live. And it's a hard, it's a hard conversation for them.
Of course.
And it's straight up mentality. Like, cool. Your loved ones are going to die. It's on you. I know for me, I could go find 10 million. No problem. I could go find 10 million. 20 million, I go find it. I know some billionaires. I know some people who I'd have to go make a request. I know, and if I had to go rob a damn bank, I go figure that out too.
Yeah.
That's just the mindset of like, I will do whatever is required to make this thing happen.
And it goes back to the only person who can change your life is you. If you're in a shitty situation, it's because you're just not trying hard enough.
Yeah.
You can get out of it. It's possible. If people in their 20s can make $500,000 a year, you can do it.
Yeah, of course. But that's why you have podcasts and books and mentors, because everybody needs to hear it a certain way. Everyone needs to be like, have a shift in their mindset, their paradigm, their heart, mighty change of heart, scripture says. So, yeah, man.
Well, this is incredible. I know this is your 3rd podcast of the day. You're probably just ready to go, but your story is super powerful, and I appreciate you coming on. I know it was last minute. I walked up from lunch, and you're like, all right, let's do this. But I really appreciate you being on, and we're definitely going to have to reconnect somewhere down the line.
I'm grateful. You know, I love what I do, and because I want to change lives, and I got a book. It's called Game Changer. I got a shirt called Game Changer, but I tell people, go get the book. Go get the book. It's free. Just pay for the shipping. I give you an audiobook, an ebook, and a physical book. And if you'll read the book with an open mind and open heart, world will change. So I'm sure we'll put the link on here and put the links on here. It's Setema Gali, SETEMAGALI.com/game changer. And I invite people to just decide what you want and go get it.
Is that the best way to support you, or what's the best way to support your mission?
So I say 3 things, right? Go get your book. Go get it. It's like $12 for the shipping.
I'm going to go get it right after this.
Go get the book. SetemaGali.com/game changer. And then number 2, I give a ton of free content on YouTube and on Instagram, Facebook. And then the 3rd thing I tell people is have the courage to go do the thing you feel called to do. Have the courage. Take the step. Take the leap of faith.
Yeah, take that risk.
Take that risk. No risk, no reward. Life is short. There's no guarantee of tomorrow. So you don't be the person who gets down, who's 80 years old, eating a can of Pringles, sitting on the couch by yourself, lonely, miserable, unhappy, and I lived a safe life. Boats were not meant to sit in harbors, and the best captains are the ones who didn't sail their boat in a calm sea. They're on the oceans of life and waves and risks. That's what I say.
I love that. I'm going to use that.
Good.
Because there's so many you're out in the ocean. It could be a calm day. It could be crazy up and downs, but you're going to get to that place you want to be.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you for having me today. I'm so grateful.
I appreciate you. You've been great.
Got it. Thank you.
All right, brother.
All right. Done and done.
Oh, that was awesome.
Oh, man.
To everyone who made it to the end, I appreciate you and all the support you've given so far. Stay tuned for weekly episodes, and if you know anyone who might be a good candidate for the show, please drop it in the comments below or shoot me a DM.